I thought like people who are like famous or whatever, I mean, they would be like little like, well, I don't want to talk to you, but they were like my friends.
Oyuna, welcome to the chalet. So this is my first Winter Paralympics. I have a lot to learn, but something I'm fascinated about you is you got into wheelchair curling 9 years ago?
I have a friend who's a curler, and so he one day just invited me to a curling club. Well, actually, he didn't tell me it was a curling club or where we're going. So
you had somebody saying, hey, this is a possibility, and then hearing the commentators speak about them, and you could relate to them having like a normal life. So that kind of got you closer to that.
Yes, so that kind of made it more like, oh, this is really something I could do, you know? Because you kind of relate to that story when somebody who's have a job and who's kind of juggling life and then doing this, and then it was like, oh, maybe this is something I could do. When I got there, I saw like people in a wheelchair curling, and then they happened to be the national curling team, the wheelchair curling team at the time, and so they were so friendly, and then they like invited me on the ice, and then I'm like, okay, I will try. And before I know it, I'm like pushing stone and like meeting all these people, and it was an incredible experience. So the thing that kind of drew me is, I mean, they were all very inviting. I didn't know, I mean, I thought like people who are like famous or whatever, I mean, they would be like little like, well, I don't want to talk to you, but they were like my friends.
So I'm fascinated in learning about your story. I know there's going to be a ton of fans that will want to be cheering you on in the road to the Paralympics. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.